What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I'm bringing you guys another episode of our Pokemon Ultra Sun ShinyLocke. If you guys are hyped for this episode, show some love on that like button down below, and definitely be sure to subscribe if you're new, as we're gonna be keep rolling and cruising and getting some Roto Lotto time to kick off the episode. We're gonna be taking on the Lush jungle today, which is looking to be pretty awesome. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of scary, man. This is a tough trial, and they're all tough. We got Roto Boost, though. That's about as convenient as it gets, man. That was the exact one I was hoping to get. So thank you, Rotom, for hooking me up with those Roto Boosts. And here we go. Mallows trial, the Lush jungle trial. It's about to go down, man. So we got a couple things I want to ask you guys and talk about on this episode. First things first. Let me know what you think I should hunt for next. I'm really torn. I feel like this whole playthrough, I've just been like, what do I hunt for? We need something that's gonna be good against Olivia. I think that's like number one. We need to get something that's gonna be good against Olivia, because otherwise I feel like our team gets bodied by Olivia right now. It like kind of gets bodied. So we'll have to figure that out. Otherwise, actually, you know what? Her team isn't as bad. She's got the fossil Pokemon, so I guess Marini isn't terrible against it. But yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So whatever our 6 Pokemon is should be good against rock types, in my opinion. And then from there, our question of the day is, what would you pick if you had the first round pick in a draft? So if you guys don't know, I do these draft league battles. I started off in GBA Season 3 way back in the day when I was just a young green YouTuber, just getting started off. GBA Season 3, man, some crazy stuff. I remember my team had like, I was added on, so it was like, we had like contracts at the time, so the format was way different. The format was super duper different. So I ended up, I had like Charizard Y, I had Chansey, no, I had Blissey, I had Chestnut, I had all sorts of stuff. I don't actually know how this works. I feel like I never paid attention, but is that the one I want to grab? Yeah, that's the one I want to grab. Let's do it. So yeah, remember I had Chestnut, I remember I had Blissey, I had Charizard Y, I had Cloyster, I had Espeon, remember all that. So then the league kind of fell apart because there was a lot of drama and stuff like that. A lot of people didn't like me, and they were issues within the team or whatever. The league just was, it was a mess. It was truthfully a mess. But luckily, we put together a council from there. So me, Shitty Penguin, Mega Mawile, Pokemon, Magnitude, like a bunch of us like teamed up to figure out like, how can we make this league better? Like, what can we do? And what is this? There's a Pokeball there, Max Survive. What can we do to make the league better? So we changed up a lot of things, and we kind of created a new league basically. I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do. I thought you were supposed to go to the flowers. Yeah, okay, there's the honey, cool. So GBA Season 4, I had a team with like Mega Sableye, and I had Chansey, so I went with the full hacks there. Volcarona, Terrakion, I think I had Rotom on that team as well, Rotom Wash. And then I went to the championship, and I lost to Miguel in the championship. I had Mew on that team too. That was a pretty crazy team, actually. I went to the championship 9-1 in my first full season, because Season 3 ended early, and then whatever. So then I joined Season 5 of the GBA. Season 5 of the GBA, I had a team with Victini, Mega Aggron, Sylveon, Salamence, Uxie, I think Uxie was on a Heracross, Blastoise. I won the championship with that team, which was awesome. That was incredible. Getting to win the championship after losing the season before, that was super duper cool. And then from there, I did 2 more seasons of GBA after that. After winning the championship in 5, wait, no, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I was good. I did what I had to do. Do I just come back this way? I'm like really nervous. Hold on. Let me actually switch it up. I don't think I should lead with Fox. I think I should lead with Overdrive. Because I'm going to have to battle these Pokemon, and I think if I just go for Bug Bite, that's the best bet. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. So we got all the ingredients, cool. So, Season... Man, it's early. Season 6, I had like Mega Altaria, Victini. Again, I franchised it. I thought I had like a great team, Galvantula and stuff like that. The team wasn't as good as I wanted. I made the playoffs though and lost in the playoffs. And then season 7 was totally different because it wasn't tier draft, it was a free open draft. And I had like a really weird team that I didn't like. It was like Haxorus, Toxapex, Clefable, a bunch of things that I didn't end up liking, and I did pretty poorly that season. You know, I actually had a couple games where I lost due to some pretty bad luck, but generally I didn't do that well that season, so that was kind of a bummer for me. So yeah, that was kind of my GBA experience. I have since left the GBA, but that was the original league that I was in. Aside from that, I did a bunch of other leagues too. I did the UCL Season 1. I had Mega Metagross on that team. That was my first pick, and I ended up going 14 wins, 1 loss in that league, going to the championship, and I lost to Pokegame. So that was pretty cool. Not losing, but, you know, going 14-1, and then, you know, ultimately, like, it didn't work out, but nevertheless, still pretty impressive. UCL Little Cup season, first time I ever played Little Cup. I went, I think, 6 wins, and what did I do? I went 6 wins, 1 loss, went to the championship, and lost to Pokegame again. Go figure. Yeah, this thing is annoying, dude. I'm, like, super annoyed by this Comfey here. What do I want to do? Let's go to Venomax. Let's go to Venomax here. Okay, so yeah, so then that was UCL Little Cup, and then UCL Season 2, I played pretty well. I think I went like 9-5 or 10-4, 10-5, something like that. I didn't do poorly at all, but whatchamacallit, but the thing was, I missed out on playoffs by differential, so I would have made playoffs, but one other team had like 1 point higher kill death ratio than I did or something, so I missed out on playoffs. So that was the end of UCL, and then the league ended from that point. So they kind of get rid of UCL. So I created my own league called WBE, which is going on right now. I'm giving you guys the backstory, right? So WBE is going on right now. I'm currently in the playoffs in the semifinals against Wolfglick this weekend, so that's looking to be pretty sweet. So that was all that. I also did P4G this past, I don't know, past summer or whatever, and P4G was another league that I joined, and I ended up going to the playoffs, and I lost in the playoffs to, I believe it was a Belly Drum Lanoon and Choice Banded Dragonite or something like that. It was against Kelly Under the Radar, I'm pretty sure, who beat me, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I lost in the playoffs there. And then the other league I was in was NPA, and NPA is the league that's coming back pretty soon, and that's kind of what this question is more focused towards. So NPA is coming back. This Comfey is so annoying. My goodness, dude. Like, I don't think I've ever been more annoyed by just a single Pokemon battle. Like, can you just go down already, dude? If I lose a life to this Comfey, dude, I'm gonna lose my mind. And it's all because of the confusion. Like, if I didn't get confused, I would have knocked him out. He's still living. He's still living, dude. Alright, we're gonna go into Fox here. What is that, dude? What is that? Where's the Fomantis, man? Where's the Fomantis? Just go for yeah, Vine Whip's fine. Perfect, thank you. And now he's gonna die to poison. Good, thank you. Get out of my face, dude. So annoying, Comfey. Okay, so, and then I did NPA Season 2, and that was a really fun league for me. I ended up having, what was my team in that league? What did I have in NPA Season 2? Oh yeah, I had a really scummy team, man. I drafted Mega Sableye again because I wanted to win a championship with Sableye. I had like Cresselia, Scolipede, all sorts of, it was a pretty bulky team, which is typically what I've gone for in the past. And then, I made it to the playoffs and I lost to, surprisingly, Hoopa Unbound, Skarmory, Blissey, I think was the team. I think it was Papa C or something like that. I forget who it was, but I had beat him earlier in the season, I'm pretty sure, and then they beat me with a similar team. Wait, is this the Totem Pokemon? Oh, alrighty then. I guess I'm facing the Totem Pokemon right now, and my team is like weakened. I didn't get a chance to heal. That Comfey kind of destroyed me. So let's see what happens. This is looking to be fun. I just don't want him to Cullen Kecleon, I feel like. I think I could beat the Lurantis. Okay, so he gets a speed raise. I know he's got the power herb or whatever. So just don't call in like Kecleon, because that's gonna be a problem. And he's like pretty strong. I'm gonna go for the Bug Bite here and just get as much damage as I can. He's gonna go for X's. I'm pretty sure we live though. Okay, we live pretty well. And Bug Bite should do a sizable chunk to him. Yeah, I mean that did over almost half. Alright, let's see what he calls in as ally Pokemon, because this is gonna make a difference of like if I get destroyed or not. And he calls in Comfey. Okay. So, because he called in Comfey, I'm gonna make the switch and I'm gonna go into Fox here because I just didn't want him to call in Kecleon because I know Kecleon does get, Kecleon will carry Ancient Power or whatever. So, I figured Fox should be okay in this battle, even though I'm kind of underleveled. So he's gonna Synthesis, which is like pretty standard. He goes for Synthesis, and then the Comfey pretty much just heals the Lurantis, if I'm not mistaken. Flower Shield, which I think like just boosts his stats up or something. Boosts his defense. Okay, yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go for a Roto Boost on Fox, which is gonna just give us kind of a boost. And we do have a chance to burn the Lurantis, which I think is really nice. So let's focus on that. And then I'm gonna Dire Hit, I think, to make sure I can hit through the crits. He's gonna X Scissor. Hopefully we just burn him, because if I burn him, then he's like done, dude. A Flower Shield again. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna Dire Hit, because he's gonna get all these boosts from the Flower Shields, and I'm gonna need to be able to knock him out from there. So let's see, I do have a Dire Hit right here, so let's use that. But yes, then NPA Season 3, I came back and I drafted a really weird team. I drafted a team with, I didn't even think it was that good, to be honest. It was Necrozma, Crocodile, Infernape, ALOLA Ninetales, Alolan Sandslash. Like, it wasn't an amazing team, Shaman, but it was a really fun team, I think, for sure. Like, it was a really fun team, and it had a lot of... It wasn't that anything on the team was insane, like insanely good. It was that the team overall, I think, was really good. So because of that, like, oh, I get Flame Charge Boost, dude, in the sun. I'll take that. Look at that damage. That was a crit, too. Nice. So it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't like anything on that team was like super insane on its own. It was that I just kind of drafted a really good team overall. And I won the championship, which was crazy. Like, I made the playoffs with the team, and then in the championship match, I ended up winning with Vikavolt. Like, I drafted Vikavolt in like the 5th round, which was like pretty overvalued in my opinion. We just destroyed that Lurantis. That's what I'm talking about. Pretty overvalued in my opinion, like going and drafting Vikavolt in like 4th or 5th round. But I really wanted on the team because it was the Minnesota Vikavolt. So I drafted it, and I ended up winning the championship using Vikavolt. Like, Vikavolt was like kind of the final piece that ended up beating the Magearna that I had to beat and winning the championship. So I've won 2 championships now. I've also done some other leagues, the aDrive Army Battle League and stuff like that, but in terms of YouTube stuff, I think I covered all the YouTube leagues. So I've won the NPA Season 3 Championship, and I won the GBA Season 5 Championship. Now, NPA is the league that's starting up pretty soon. So, I gotta know, what if you had the first pick overall in the draft, what would you pick? What would you pick? Pennywise wants to learn Psybeam, which is better than Confusion, I'll take it. Like, there's so many options, and it's so hard to choose, like, what would I pick? Because you have things that you can choose, like, Landorus-Therian. Landorus-Therian is so good, and it has Defog now, which makes it even better. I mean, I don't really think that it's going to use Defog very much, but Landorus-Therian, especially in a format where you can use all Z moves, it's like, yo, this thing is nuts. Like, that would be really, really cool to be able to run, like, Flyinium Z, Landorus. It's just really powerful with Fly, because otherwise it doesn't get a lot of good, like, flying moves. So that thing in itself is pretty nuts. Then there's Pokemon like Tapu Fini, which I don't want Tapu Koko or Tapu Bulu, so, like, you could throw those out, because I've already used them before. Tapu Fini is really good. It's just a super bulky water type. Things like Blacephalon, which is obviously a new Pokemon. Blacephalon is a fire ghost type that's got an insane special attack stat, really good physical attack stat, good speed, hits really hard. Beast Boost, it could like sweep teams, pretty frail, but otherwise really good. And with Mind Blown, like, if you just Z Mind Blown, like, what's living that, dude? Nothing. You know what I mean? So, that's a Pokemon that's really interesting. Celesteela, really interesting. A lot of Pokemon like that are just like so appealing, and it's like, how can I possibly choose? And then there's other things like, when you look at the Mega Evolutions, because every team's gonna get a Mega Evolution, there's things like Mega Mawile, which is gonna be unbanned for the first time that I've ever seen. I've never played in a league that allowed Mega Mawile. I do think it should be allowed, being totally honest. I think it's gonna be a good Pokemon. I think it's gonna be a first round pick, like whether I pick it or someone else picks it. It'll get picked in the first probably 10 picks, I'm sure. Maybe 5 picks. It's gonna be a really good Pokemon, but I don't think it's like so good that it shouldn't be allowed. Like, I think something like Landorus can easily stand toe-to-toe with it in terms of just like what it can do for a team. So, you know, aside from that the 4x weakness. So yeah, like Mega Mawile is allowed, Mega Deontay is allowed, another Pokemon that is like pretty insane generally speaking, Mega Deontay. The Mega Latios are allowed, so Latios, Latias Mega. You know, there's so many cool options, and it's just like, how do I possibly pick one? How? Because the other thing is too, like, with the NPA draft that makes it really unique in terms of other draft leagues or different than other draft leagues, is most leagues that I play in, like these leagues you draft, you know, 11 Pokemon and then you battle it out against other people who drafted and so on and so forth. One of the things about most of the leagues are, you're typically going to deal with, you know, most leagues are going to have, I would say, you know, 12 to 16 teams generally. That's a pretty standard number, 12 to 16 teams. Whereas in the case of NPA, it's 24 teams. So 24 teams means that the draft gets stretched out quite a bit. That's a really big piece to note. Is this like, does this cutscene, I feel like I asked this last time, does this cutscene not happen if you fly there? I guess it doesn't. But 24 teams is a lot of teams, because you're thinking like, if let's say you have first pick overall, you're the first pick in the draft. Like, that means you pick, and then you don't pick again until 40, how many picks? 40 something picks, right? 24 teams, I guess 47 picks, 48 picks, whatever it is, 47 more picks. 47 picks, let's say, until you get to pick again, dude. So that means there's gonna be nearly 50 Pokemon gone from the draft before you even get to choose another Pokemon to complement your first round pick. So getting the first round pick, the first pick overall, isn't necessarily like a blessing, because it's like, it's valuable in itself. It's okay, yeah, you get to pick anything and no one can take it from you. But simultaneously, it's like, I mean, I can take anything, but yeah, I also don't get to pick again for 50 picks. And who knows what's going to be taken after that. Then there's the benefit of it being what's called a wheel pick, where because you're the last pick or the first pick in the round, you start off the next round too. So like, if you have the first round pick, you pick first, and then you don't pick again until the end of the second round, and then you pick again to start the third round. So you get back-to-back picks, which does help too, because then you don't have to worry about like people taking Pokemon that you want. You can like kind of make sure that you synergize those two picks really well together. So like, say you grab Tapu Fini in the first round, and then in the way back, like the second round pick, you get to pick, and then the third round pick, you get to pick right back to back. So I can get Tapu Fini and then say, okay, I really think that Mega Venusaur pairs really well with Tapu Fini. I'm gonna grab Mega Venusaur, and then say, okay, you know what? With Mega Venusaur, I really like Skarmory. I'm gonna put those three together, and then you have Tapu Fini, Skarmory, Mega Venusaur, and you don't have to worry about anyone like taking those picks from you or anything like that. So I mean, there's some value to it as well, but it's so hard to decide what you're gonna pick. And this is like, the draft isn't happening for like weeks, but the NPA is in the works right now, which is exciting. I love doing drafts. I love drafting new teams. I love the draft league format. To me, it's super fun. It's like, the draft is one of my favorite parts, because you're picking out a new team. It's very strategic, and you're trying to figure out the best combination of Pokemon that you can put together that will ultimately result in a win. So kind of what I thought would be kind of fun is, let me see if I can pull up like my championship teams really quick. I didn't really plan to do this, but let me see if I can pull it up, because I do have, let's see here. Okay, so here's my championship team. I have it pulled up in front of me of what I had on my GBA championship team. So my GBA championship team had Salamence on it, Victini, as I mentioned, Mega Aggron, Sylveon. That was kind of like the core of it, right? So Mega Aggron, Sylveon, Salamence. That was a Fairy Dragon Steel core. I had Victini, obviously, which is like one of my favorite Pokemon. I had an Uxie. I had Smeargle, which I never really used. I never really used Smeargle too much. I had Jolteon, which is kind of cool, really fast Pokemon. I had a Quagsire, which again, I never really used Quagsire either. I had Heracross, which was great. I loved Heracross. I had Blastoise, who I used a lot. I used regular Blastoise a lot as a rapid spinner. And then I had, I think I mentioned Uxie. I had Uxie as like a defensive stealth rocker. And then I had Golurk, and I didn't really use Golurk either. So those are some of the mons I used. So like, that team most of the time was like Sylveon, Aggron, Salamence, Blastoise, Heracross, Jolteon. Like Uxie were the main pieces, and then I had Smeargle, Quagsire, Golurk as kind of like some other Pokemon that might have been useful on the team. So in terms of like what I see out of this team, I think there's a couple key things that you want to focus on. I think I had pretty diverse speeds, generally speaking. I had, you know, 85 for Heracross, 130 for Jolteon, 95 for Uxie, 100 across the board for Salamence and Victini. I had really nothing in the middle speed tier, like above 100, under 130, so that might have been an issue, but Jolteon helped me, so like, I didn't have to worry about just like Choice Scarfers everywhere. But I remember this team, I really felt like I was pinched, and I had to run a lot of Choice Scarf Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Like, I feel like I had to use a lot of Choice Scarfers, which made things a little bit annoying, but I think we go in here now. I kind of just like skipped the dialogue. Let me put someone else up front. Let's put, I mean, Fox is the lowest. Let's put Fox up front. We'll kind of go from there. Let me see if I can find the other team that I had done. Let me see. It should be on my computer somewhere. Let's see here. I have like the teams like drawn up and stuff, so, but I can remember generally for the most part. Like I think I can remember most of it, but let me see here. I'm not seeing it, but hold on. Let me look real quick. That's the dragon one. Where is this bad boy? It's got to be here somewhere. If I don't find it in the next, like, 10 seconds, I'm going to abandon this idea. I thought I was going to find it pretty easily. I know I have it on in my email. I just am, like, thinking I had it right here, too, but I guess not. So, that team, I'll just tell you, because I remember most of it. I had Necrozma. Necrozma was my first overall pick. I had Infernape, as I mentioned. I had Crocodile, Shaman. I had ALOLA Ninetales, which is amazing, by the way. ALOLA Ninetales was, like, one of the best things I could have ever had. That thing was a beast, dude. That thing was a beast. Alolan Sandslash is my only steel type. What else did I have? Yeah, so I mean that was most of it. I think Infernape was really good for me. Oh, I had Goodra too. I ended up getting Minior, and then I traded Minior to get Goodra. Like, I dropped it as a free agent, and I picked up Goodra, and Goodra was incredible, dude. Like, I brought Goodra every week with an Assault Vest, and it was funny. At the beginning of the season, I wasn't doing that well, and then when I switched and I got rid of Minior and picked up Goodra, it was like the glue that the team needed. It was pretty nuts. And that was the craziest thing. In both the seasons that I had a championship, in both seasons that I won a championship, both the Season 5 of the GBA and NPA Season 3, I made a significant free agent move that resulted in the team getting so much better. So in NPA, I mentioned I dropped Minior for Goodra. That was a big deal. Goodra ended up being like a huge piece of the team. In GBA, a lot of people don't remember this, but I actually had Keldeo on that original GBA team. I had Fortress on that original GBA team, and I had, what was it? It was Keldeo, Fortress, something else that I can't remember at this moment in time. And everyone thought I was crazy. Everyone thought I was crazy because I dropped Keldeo, I dropped Fortress, and I dropped something else. And I picked up Heracross, Blastoise, and something else. Maybe it was just a 2 for 2. Either way, I like got rid of Keldeo. Keldeo is like a, you know, one of the top Pokemon in OU. And I said, you know what? I don't think Keldeo is going to be that good for me. I think I'm better off grabbing, you know, a Blastoise as a rapid spinner for the team. I don't really like Fortress on this team. I wanted, you know, wanted Heracross because of guts and offensive prowess and things like that. And it worked out because I won the championship. So that was definitely really cool to have made those free agent moves like a few weeks into the season, recognizing the flaws of the team. Because you could draft a team and do it the best you can, and then realize afterwards, like, hey, there's some stuff available still that is valuable and could be really good that I maybe didn't think of or whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna actually wrap up the episode here, guys. I think we're gonna hunt Larvitar. I think we're gonna hunt Larvitar. I'm a little torn still. I'll kind of see what you guys say in the comments. Maybe I won't hunt Larvitar. I don't know, man. We gotta figure it out. I'll do some brainstorming. I'll try to figure out what we're gonna go for next. But we made it through the trial, which was really, really cool. I'm definitely glad we made it through the trial because that would have been a struggle for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of me talking about Draft League format. Let me know what your thoughts are. That's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one. And be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.